Great, welcome to Sask Moto. Today's video, I'm going to do a rim swap out from the stock rim to the new rims. And here's the back one, and here's the dirty back one. So I'm going to show you how to remove the rims and then go through the process of swapping out the discs and all that other stuff. So stay tuned. All right, so I have to remove one of the calipers here. You have to remove one of them just to get the wheel off. So this is a 12 millimeter socket. And obviously it wasn't that easy to remove. I loosened them up earlier, so and notice that they have Loctite on them. So just heads up on that. And that should be good. Now I'm going to take this nut off, and it should slide right out. And this nut on here is different from the back. The back is a 27 millimeter and this is a 22 millimeter. So it was torqued pretty good. And then what you want to do is loosen up these 10 millimeter, and there's 4 of those. And then it should come in right off. There you go. First wheel off. So what I'll have to do is take all these bolts off on this and then put the rotors on the new wheel. Before I start working on any of this stuff, I take a picture usually of where it sits at right now, just so I know that's the way it should be after I put it back together. So you can see the notch right here. It's on the green, and it's 3 notches in. And then for this part, what you'll have to do is loosen this up and then crank this bolt in so that the chain gets loose and you can take the chain off on this side. And you'll do the same thing on the other side. Here we go. You can twist that by hand. So what I like to do is to make sure I don't miss anything or mess anything up, I do it side by side, so I won't take off everything first on this one and start on that one. What I'll do is I'll take things off on this so that I know that it's going on correctly on the other one. This should come right off, and it does. I'll look and compare, you know, what's on here and what's missing on here, and line them up, you know, exactly, so that I can just swap everything over. First thing I see is the cushions. There's one, and put that on there. Get the next one, that on there. Next one. The cush drive. Since this is a brand new motorcycle, basically I don't worry about any of the stuff that is worn out or anything. You know, you can look at the sprocket. Obviously if it's something that's older, you want to make sure that everything's good on it. There we go. Easy peasy, right? Now comes the hard part, is actually removing all of the bolts from the disc and the anti-lock stuff. Let's get started on that. I'm going to get the tools for these. On this part, this is a 6 on Allen. So 6 on these. And then these are actually a Torx or Star, and that's a T25. So you need those 2 things. So I'm just trying to, you know, show you guys what you'll need. So I'm going to try to loosen them first and see how tight these are. I would imagine they're really tight. So yeah, that's not going anywhere. I find it's usually a little bit easier if you get some tension on this thing. And it's not easier. Okay, I'm going to have to go to a bigger breaker bar. So I'm going to use a breaker bar again on that. Tell you what, I'm very thankful that I have the tools to do this stuff, because without it, ooh. So the disc comes off first. So again, this is a T25, so I loosened these up already. I just like to get them out faster. That's what that looks like. So you then obviously just reverse the process. I love the anodized red. Obviously with these, I don't want to cross thread anything, so I'll hand tighten them in first and then tighten them down. Thread lock on it. Once you get the first two started, then it seems easier. Just tighten these really slow with this, just to make it faster. And for this, I have a tool. It's a Torx all-in-one type of deal. All right, there's that. And there's only one way that you can put this on. All right, again, just gonna tighten them up a little bit. All right, so there's the rear wheel. All right, so here's the front wheels, and just want you to note a difference on this one. On the rear wheel, I had to take off the ring to put on the ABS, and this one, fortunately, you don't have to do that. So just want to give you a heads up on that. And the ABS ring goes on, if you're sitting on the motorcycle, the left side of the motorcycle. So that's it. And so if you wanted to know how to do this, it's not too bad. I thought it was going to be actually harder than it was. So just like anything else, it's more, you know, time consuming than anything. All right, I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm going to do obviously this on both sides, and then I'll come back to you when it's done, so you don't have to sit here and watch me put these bolts on. Talk to you soon. All right, finished putting them on. This is what they look like. Lubed the chain while I was at it, and then also just the preload while I was at it. Rolling around on my chair. Here's what the front looks like. Got it all ready to go. So that's what the hubs look like. I don't know if you guys saw the nipples, but that's what the nipples look like. Ready to test it out. We got the tubeless AX41 battle axes on them. You guys want to see the tread on these bad boys? It's a nice tread. Have them on my BMW, and it's the best tire I've ridden on. Here's the back of it. That's what the tread looks like. Brand new tires. So, yep. That's all she wrote. Hope you like them as much as I do. Thank ya. See you later.